Hello, and welcome to some real-life video games that aren't with videos and use miniatures. What are they called, Bentham?
They're called tabletop games.
We're playing a tabletop game. So, those who don't know, Fantasy Flight Games make a tabletop game called XWing, which is a game where you have your fighters and stuff, and they fly and they shoot each other, etc., and you play against someone. There are currently 5 factions?
At time of recording, yes.
We're playing some of the classical 3. It's normally Rebels, Imperials, and then Scum. I'm playing Scum, Ben's playing Rebels, so you'll recognize a lot of his ships. My ship's a little bit less so, but we're going to just quickly, I think we'll go through our lists, and then we'll do deployment like super quick for you, and then we'll get into the game itself. So, very quickly, I'm going to go through mine first. I have this little bad boy that's falling apart. You know what, I'm going to take him off his peg, because I forgot how terribly cemented that peg is. Boba Fett!
Boba Fett.
There we go. Boba Fett is in Slave 1. Lovely fire spray. Definitely going to be using that.
That one people should recognize.
Yeah. And I'll find him on my list. Where is he? He's over here. Move that camera. There we go. So
this is upgrades.
That's the upgrade. There we go. Right. That's Boba Fett right there, covered in charge tokens because we ran out of shield tokens.
Yep, I only have 4 shield tokens because they don't come in the conversion kits for upgrading all the first edition stuff to second. So, all the charge tokens are shields. Imagine they're blue and round.
I'm trying.
Like this, because I bagsied the 4 actual shield tokens we have.
Okay. So Boba Fett is pretty awesome. He's got a gun at the front that shoots 3, a gun at the back that shoots 3, 2 dodge, 6 shield, 6 hull, 4 shield. And when you defend or perform an attack, you may reroll 1 of your dice for each enemy ship at range 0 to 1. Can focus, can target lock, can do a reddish reinforce which prevents damage, and then there's also the boost action. So Boba Fett's pretty cool. I've given him seismic charges, which is from the Clone Wars, where they blow up, an asteroid nearby blows up, and then the asteroid does damage to people nearby. Veteran Tail Gunner, which means that when you fire a primary attack, you may make a bonus rear attack, so I can fire twice. And then Marauder, which allows me to have the gunner in the first place, because it actually allows me to have the gunner slot. And when you perform a rear attack, you may reroll 1 attack dice. So he rerolls lots of dice.
Yeah.
He's really good. I like Boba Fett.
He's the one to be scared of, I feel like.
He's like 90 points of my 200 point list.
That makes sense. That's 90 points sending.
Then there is one of my personal favourites for such a small ship you wouldn't expect. Diddy Y-Wing, but of course in Scum colours, because we don't take care of our ships apparently.
I know it might be paint, it's hard to tell really. Some of it seems to, it's like, maybe they painted on scorch marks? I don't know.
To make people underestimate Cavill, who is amazing. So, go back on the peg, there we go. Cavill, down here. When you perform a non-normal front attack, which means the turret, even if the turret is pointing forwards, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Roll 1 additional attack die. So his cannon, which we'll get to in a bit, rolls an additional attack die. 2 front attack, which is pretty terrible. 1 dodge, which is pretty terrible. 6 hull, decent. 2 shield, reasonable. Now, the thing is... Oh, thank you. There we go. The thing is, he's got an iron cannon turret, which is a range 1 to 2, 3 dice, 4 dice because his ability, which is great. And if the attack hits, it only does 1 damage, and anything extra beyond that becomes ion, so he can and then cause people to be drifting through space. Is your U-wing a medium or a large?
It is a medium ship.
It's a medium ship, so that will take 2.
Yeah. Whereas all my other ships will take 1 ion.
Excellent.
I also have an ion cannon, but I can only deal so much ion at once, so I might struggle to ionize your various medium ships.
So they do stay around.
They do stay around, yeah, so I can build up the ion.
So, because of all that, I wanted a way to reliably make sure I'm doing lots of damage. So, welcome in Han Solo. Before you engage, you may perform a red focus action. So I can get a focus action by just before I engage. I have to take a stress for it. I'm talking about terms like stress, by the way. We'll explain these as we go along quite quickly. There will actually be a video on your channel at some point. It might be before or after this. Probably after.
It might come after yours because I'm slow at editing.
Which is a smaller battle and we talk about the basics a lot more. But he's good, but then how do I fix this? How do I get rid of the stress? Well, normally you need to do a blue maneuver, but there's only so many blue maneuvers on this dial. There's 2 ahead, 1 ahead, and 1 left and right banks. Well, what if I wanted to do like a turn or something? Or what if I wanted to do like a 2 bank? No, can't get rid of my stress. That's where R4 comes in. So much better than R2. Decrease the difficulty of your speed 1 and 2 basic maneuvers. So all my 1 and 2 maneuvers become blue if they were white. Which means that all of my 1 or 2 maneuvers are now blue.
Including the turns.
Including the turns. So I can be like... and still be like, I'm de-stressing from this. Which is great. So Cavill is going to be shooting 4 ion dice at you.
Yep.
5 at close range.
Yep.
And can focus before doing so. And can then get rid of the focus, the stress caused by the focus in the next turn so that they can focus again. Han Solo is apparently really good in a Y-Wing. And that's the core of this build. Those 2 ships are the core of the build. We have Boba Fett for killing people, Cav for trying to keep people in check, and then, because I like messing with people, we have Forlom. Okay, thank you. I should slide this more. Forlom, which is this ship, which you probably won't recognize. I think it's Mist Hunter's the special one.
Yeah, I think that's what the one that Forlom flies, or Zuckus flies, is called.
I'm not using the title, so it's just generic.
Expanded universe stuff, I don't know.
After you gain a after you fully execute a red maneuver, you gain a calculate token, which is meh. At the start of your end phase, you may choose 1 ship at range 0 to 1. If you do, transfer 1 of your stress tokens to that ship. Hi, get near me and I will stress you. Also, I can make myself stressed and generate calculate tokens. It's got 3 attack, it's got 1 evade, it's got 5 hull, 4 shield. It's gonna get hit, it's tanky, its dial is terrible, it will not be able to dodge. But it can shoot people. And that's basically it. If you get close to me, I will cause you to have stress. But then, we get to more fun things. What if I put 000, Darth Vader's second protocol droid, I think.
What was his first one called? Oh, it was
C-3PO.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
So he built another one.
I think that's the thing.
Probably.
At the start of the engagement phase, you may choose 1 enemy ship at range 0 to 1. If you do, you gain a calculate token unless that ship chooses to gain a stress token. So I can be like, hi, would you like a stress token, or would you like me to have another calculate? Mm-hmm. So I can, in theory, hand out 2 stress tokens a turn. So I can be like, yeah, you're going to be super stressed. That's my build. They're over here. What about you, Bentham? What have you got?
The problem I've got is that quite a few of my abilities are I gain a small advantage for being at range 1 of you.
Yeah.
While yours are all, you gain a huge advantage if I'm at range 1 of you.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't fun. But we start with the centerpiece of my build. We have a U-Wing, which is
Cassian.
This thing here. Hello. Look, let's put it like that. His tokens fall
Demonstrate
off.
the wings.
Yep. It's got wings that move. There's not much space to do this. There you go. The wings come out. I should probably just put them in like this camera.
Oh, that works actually. Yeah.
It's nice. It's the one from Rogue One. You may recognize it if you saw the movie.
Cassian.
It was in the space battle part, which was the best part of that movie.
Right, I thought it was the one that flies down to the ground.
It's it's in the ground battle, but it's like there's an air battle as well as a space battle and the ground battle, and
there's
that's
a lot of battles.
There's everyone's fighting everywhere. So it's Cassian Andor. The stats of the U-Wing are 3 attack, which is nice, 2 agility, which is nice, especially considering that it's got 5 hull and 3 shield. So it's bulky and also kind of evadey, though there's a thing about that you'll see. At the start of the activation phase, choose a friendly ship at range 1 to 3. If I do, the ship removes the stress token, so I can help clear stress from other people, which is good because I think you're handing me lots of stress.
Yeah, I will be giving you stress.
That works out nicely. That's a good element of this build. And then actions, we've got focus, target, lock in the center stuff, and also red coordinate. I could take a stress to give someone else an action. Then over here, we have the pivot wings. The moving wings actually have a mechanic. So currently, when the wings are open, there's nothing weird about it. When we close the wings, we go to this. When I defend, I roll 1 for your defense dice, so that means I'm agility 1 for the purposes of being shot at while this is active. But what it means is, after I execute a 0 maneuver, which is basically a stop, I just don't move, and I have to take a stress to do that, I can rotate the ship 90 degrees or 180 degrees. So basically, I can sit in one spot and spin as I like.
He becomes a turret.
Yes, I just pick a place and I sit there and turn around and shoot anyone who's nearby. Yes.
Basically.
That's the idea of it. And so I'm probably going to be in that mode a lot of the time, even though it's a bit dumb because it means I have less agility. But also on this ship we have the Tactical Scrambler. When I obstruct an enemy ship's attack, the defender rolls 1 additional defense dice. So basically, I block his ships. If he tries to shoot someone through me, then a bit of cake from Volcom there. If he tries to shoot someone through me, he's gonna have a tough time. Then we have Fire Control System, which is basically I want to maintain a target lock on someone at all times. I could spend a target lock to reroll as many dice as I like, or if I hold it, I can reroll 1 every round with this. So that's the thing of like, just get a target lock on somebody and then end up with a small passive bonus the rest of the time.
Normally you have to spend a target lock to reroll any number of dice.
Yes, so it's weakened, but it's reusable, which means I have to use less actions, which is good because I'm going to be stressed all the time, because my other ability is I can execute red maneuvers even while stressed. After I fully execute a red maneuver, if I have 3 or more stress tokens, remove 1, suffer damage. So if I build up too many stress tokens, it's going to start hurting. But what this means is that I can do a full stop every turn. I can actually just be a turret. I can fly somewhere, be like, this is where I live now, and I can just every round do a full stop and choose to spin.
I'll be honest, she's 4 points. I think she's significantly undercosted. I think she should be 6.
Well, the damage is the key thing of like you get a few turns of it and then you start to hurt yourself every time.
You can just keep building up stress tokens. That's a thing that's just.
Well, no. Once you get to 3, every time you take a new one, you take damage.
You can do something with that. Anyway.
But it means you've got a couple turns where you can do that, and then maybe you can move away, do some blue actions to clear the stress, and then continue again. Unfortunately, the stress clearing ability of the U-Wing doesn't apply to itself, so I can't clear the stresses off that. On to my next ship, we have Lieutenant Blount in a Z-95. This is a diddy little precursor to the X-Wing. Look, I can do a comparison shot here. No, wait. There it is. It's really hard because everything's mirrored. There you go, your comparison. It's only got 1 wing. It's not quite so fancy. Its firepower is less and stuff like that. So Lieutenant Blount, he's got an initiative of 4, which is pretty nice. The attack is 2, the defense is 2, the hull is 2, and the shields are 2. Which makes it generally weaker than most things, but sort of a nice all-rounder that can do some stuff. It's helped by the fact that if I perform a primary attack, if there's at least 1 other friendly ship at range 0 to 1 of the defender, I get an additional attack die. So
yeah, you should send your ships close to me.
As long as I've got someone all up in there, it's a 3-attack ship, but that's not good for me because of all your various range 1 abilities.
Yeah,
Damn it, that was like my plan. He's got focus, target lock, and a stressful barrel roll if he wants to be risky.
So when normal people are like, I'm barrel rolling, it's fine, he's like, ah!
Essentially. Over here, we have Dutch Vander in a Y-Wing. You may have seen this in the other video, or you may see this in the other video, depending on the order of things. It's, I think, the same build as before, pretty much. So his ability
It's exactly the same as mine, except I have Han Solo. You've got an R4 and you've got an
we've got the same upgrades on them, but you went Han Solo and your thing, which is... your turret gets an extra die, which is painful. Oh god, so much ion. So yes, Dutch's ability is that after performing a target lock, another friendly ship in range 1 to 3 can perform a target lock themselves. So I can hand one off to Cassian, who's busy being stressed and not being able to do his own target locks. So that
and then Cassian doesn't have to spend it because he's got the fire control system.
He can then hold on to it and do other things, and Dutch can move on to giving target locks to everyone else, is the plan.
This is one I don't like.
Yes, this is a fun one. One of my favourites. This is Braylon Stram in a B-Wing. So B-Wings are nice. They've got 3 attack, which is nice and hefty. 1 agility, but they have 4 hull and 4 shields, so you'll hit them easily, but it'll take a while to chew through them. And Braylon's ability is, while I defend or perform an attack, if I'm stressed, I get to reroll up to 2 of my dice, which kind of means I have a target lock just naturally, as long as I'm stressed. I didn't synergize this well, because everything's sort of interfering with each other.
Yeah, Cassian's going to try and de-stress people. Your B-Wing wants to be stressed.
No, the B-Wing wants to cycle stress.
Okay.
That one is a synergy, the Cassian B-Wing thing. So the good thing about B-Wings is it's really easy for them to stress themselves because half their maneuvers are red. And if that fails, I could do a stressful barrel roll after doing a focus to make extra sure that I'm stressed. Also got target lock and a standard barrel roll if I just want to do that. Then I have advanced senses. After I reveal my dial, I can perform an action. So basically, normally perform an action after moving. This guy can perform one before
Here's
moving.
the thing. Stress stops you from taking action. So
Yes.
if you do a red maneuver, you're like, I red maneuver, I stress. Then you do your action. It's like, I can't do an action because I'm stressed. Instead, you can go advanced senses. I will do one action before and then move. And then you're like, now I'm stressed. But it doesn't matter. I've done my action.
So I did a stressful move, but I got an action anyway. And it
Well,
means
no,
I have the
advanced
stress for the
senses is
rerolls.
you can't do a combo move on advanced senses, I believe. I think it's you take one single action.
Yeah, it says perform one action, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to, like... Well, I wouldn't want to anyway, because that would mean focusing into a stressful barrel roll, which would mean I have a stress, and then performing a red maneuver wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, but you could perform any other maneuvers though. So you could do a focus stressful barrel roll any maneuver, but you can't do that because
In that
advanced
case, I might
senses
as
do
well
one
just
action.
do my move and then do the actions, pretty much. The other thing that he has is elusive. While I defend, I may spend a charge to reroll a defense die. After I fully execute a red maneuver, recover one. I'm going to be doing red maneuvers all the time, so I'll always have that in the bank. Admittedly, this again doesn't fit well, because he's going to be getting rerolls anyway because of the stress thing. I just put ships I like in this,
Okay.
so I'm not feeling confident. But that's the build, that's what I've got.
So,
I've got a lot of firepower, but then you have a lot of condensed firepower.
I like condensed firepower. It
You've
means that the dice can't screw me over.
Yeah, you've got ships making multiple attacks, and then ships making attacks that just have ridiculous numbers of dice in them.
It makes it harder for the dice to screw me over. Dice, very... I have a theme of dice screw me over if I don't just throw enough stuff at the wall. So my builds often revolve around trying to just throw everything I
You gotta
can.
make sure you get your target locks and your focuses and all that in play.
And then Han Solo to get my focuses, and then the rerolls for having it. Yeah.
It's all about them actions.
It's all about that space, about that space, about that space. No rebels. We have
Rebels
built.
are best.
We have built our points to the 200 point limit, which is normal. We have spent slightly less. I have spent 4 points less, and you spent 3 points less, which means that I have the biggest initiative bid. If you don't use all the points, the person who didn't use the most points can choose who goes first. I will
sign the coveted token.
I will want to go second because I want to know where he's going before I move. It's a pretty obvious choice.
It doesn't come into play too much because I think there's only
one ship that's got a 3 initiative: Forlom and your
Cassian.
U-wing.
So when it comes to them two, it'll mean that the U-wing goes first in moving, which is bad, and shooting, which is good.
So we're going to do deployment of obstacles and stuff, and then deployment of our ships and choosing our initial maneuvers. We'll do that like super fast, and we'll accelerate time. And then as we get closer to each other, we're actually going to get this camera and move it to follow the action, because right now it's a bit blurred, mostly because it's a Logitech, and Logitech's, there we go, the focus is about there.
That's the limit of its focus. It's
If
less
we go
than
beyond
a-
that, gonna stop blurring.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah. So hopefully if we bring this down and we actually zoom in on a part of the battle, it'll be great. If you do like this format and you like us doing board games, I might get a better camera, but Logitechs are annoying because they only focus to about 2.5 foot. So like that's decent. Like look at that. That's focused to the max it can. And then anyway, so we're going to accelerate through this, and then as we go through the turns, we'll start moving the camera to follow the action. So,
Okay.
Okay, so we've done our deployment, we've done asteroid placement and debris placement, and we've done picking our first moves. So we have big asteroid, big debris, asteroid, debris. You've set up over there in a little box formation, and I've set over here in a bit of a line. Those two together, and that one a little bit by himself. So, you're going first, so I believe that means your U-wing has
Yep,
to...
it's the U-wing. Okay, so the U-wing is doing a 1 forward, blistering speeds.
Oh my god! Be careful.
Oh, that's the thing as well. It's in the wrong mode right now. I need to, because I'm activating. I switch it to pivot wings open, which means, no, that's not going to work. I'm going to move him first.
You know what? We can just say you've got pivot wings open.
No, I have to do the thing.
Okay, fine. Do the thing.
There we go. In all its glory. It's done a 1 forward. As for actions, I don't think there's anything I want to do right now. There's not really much point to it. So, yeah, it can't do any important actions. So it's just going to focus. Round 1 is lots of moving forward a bit and focusing. And then...
Me?
Yes, it's your 3.
It's a 1 forward.
Okay. The most exciting of space battles.
It's like old ladies jousting in shopping trolleys or something.
Yeah.
It's like...
We'll get there eventually.
Full on!
Like we basically got 2 medium ships head on and 2 Y-wings head on here.
Full on is gonna do a... They can't target lock you. Calculate's gonna be pointless, but it's gonna calculate anyway. Gets a calculate token.
Because it's cool. You gotta put it on the ship, they can't see it on the cards.
Yeah.
There you go. He's calculating. This guy's focusing.
He's like,
and this guy's calculating.
His position, he's moving 1. That means that in round 5 we'll meet each other.
They're just staring at each other through, like, across the battlefield like, I'm gonna get you.
Gonna get you now.
Okay, next is Ulma Force, so let's get those done.
Ulma Force?
We have the Y-Wing doing a 3 forward.
Oh, you're actually doing speed.
Yeah, it's showing the U-Wing what true speed is, and going at the fastest a Y-Wing can go without getting stressed. And is moving to here. It's like overtaking someone who's going like 5 miles an hour slower than you. It's just stressful and
Boba Fett.
Terrible. Focus, because what else to do? I mean, I could barrel roll, but I'd crash into things. Still kind of tempting though, because there's a big old asteroid here that I'm gonna crash into.
I mean, you could barrel roll. You'd be able to go.
That, or I'd get in the way of everyone else.
Yeah, but you could then go faster than that.
Then we have Braylon doing 2 forward.
Oh, okay.
We're getting a whole
attack wing formation.
A whole mix here. So he's just going a tiny bit faster than the U-Wing. Focus. We know what the deal is here. And then the Z95 is also doing a 2 forward, so he doesn't crash into the guy in front of him.
That makes a lot of sense. This is turn 1. We're going to 6 turns.
Oh, we're cutting it at 6.
We're doing standard tournament rules.
Right, so you just have to try and survive and knock out one of your guys. And that's a focus for you.
I'd prefer to fight to the death with this group, but I'm gonna show you both. They're 1 forwards.
Yeah. Wow, you're really giving it the beans. I know why. It's because you want me in the asteroid field.
Of course I do.
So you can blow it up in my face. Bloody seismic charges.
They're the best. Okay.
Do you want to do actions with them?
I mean, I could. Barrel rolling will make me hit the debris. You know what? Boba Fett.
I was going to rotate my turret with my Y-Wing. Whoops.
We made this whole conversation about barrel rolling with it. I'm just going to take focus tokens, so they take them, we shoot, no one shoot at, end of turn.
Yes.
Okay, the focus and calculate disappear.
And next round we'll probably have some actual shooting happening.
Maybe. So the focuses don't let disappear. We'll get to what they do when we actually get to using them. The point is that any round tokens are only around for the round.
Indeed. Now to choosing dials.
So that's the G, that's the E2, and that's the fire spray. Okay, done. Go.
Alright, so we're starting with the U-Wing doing 4 forward. Maximum speed.
He's like, why am I going so slowly? How do I... Oh, there it is.
Yeah, he found the punch it button.
Punch it, Chewie.
And now I'm here, hi. Here we go. For an action, it's probably gonna be focus. I think that's what I want to do right now. Yes, he's just gonna focus.
Okay.
While he still can. It's gonna stop being a thing soon.
Now it's me then?
Yep.
2 forward.
Hello.
Hi. It's a lovely nice ship you've got there.
It's the medium ship face-off.
It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
The Initiative 3 medium ship face-off. There's like a... This half of the board is a mirror, and then this half is not.
Yeah.
At all.
And then my action... What is jam action?
Jam is you either remove I think it's a focus or lock or other positive token that the opponent has, or you give them a jam token, which means that next time they would gain a token, they don't and lose the jam token. Basically, it's denying someone an action. I can look up exactly what it does because it's a slightly fiddly one.
No, what? I'm gonna lock your U-wing.
Okay, never mind.
A 1, please.
Is that the ship that doesn't have target lock?
It is indeed the ship that doesn't have a target lock.
The pack that I got only comes with 6 numbers, which means...
Give me a force token.
A force token, okay. Shall I just put the force token on
the U-wing? Yeah.
The U-wing.
Red side up.
Yeah, there we go. This
looks a bit like a target lock.
This is the target lock for the...
Forlom's target lock.
Why could they just give me more numbers?
They never expected to have 7 ships on the board?
They should have. You can field 8 in one squad.
Right, in which case that brings it to you.
Okay, all of the 4s. I think there might be particular words to this. Or not. It doesn't actually matter. Okay, gonna start with the Y-Wing. Doing a 1 bank, basically swinging in behind the U-Wing, because I messed up and forgot to rotate its turret to the side. I was going to swing that way and then shoot at people this way, but I can't rotate the turret and also do the cool thing the Y-Wing does, which is hand off target locks to people. So hopefully... Crap. Hopefully he doesn't bump the back of the U-Wing. It's a little bit tight.
I think you might bump.
The wing's going to get in the way. Or is it?
Oh! This is where we need the table cam.
Okay. Oh, it doesn't go that far. So that the U-Wing's wing is resting on the Y-Wing.
You can see right there.
And there's a tiny gap between.
That tiny gap. This is why we have table cam, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's why I'm the expert at maneuvering and not anything else in this game. Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay, there we go. And I'll put the backstop in for him and start rolling this.
So he sneaks in there behind the U-Wing, and then he's going to do a target lock action. I think the only thing he can target lock is Forlom, so that's what he's going to do. So
Forlom.
2 is the Y-Wing's number, so that goes on Forlom. And then Dutch's ability, when I perform a target lock action, I can choose a friendly ship, a range 1 to 3, they can acquire a target lock as well. I'm going to give it, I think,
U-Wing?
to the U-Wing. It's probably, unless I want the B-Wing. Now we'll just go with the U-Wing. U-Wing also gets a target lock. Her number is 1.
I like how afraid of Forlom you are. It's great.
How what?
How afraid of Forlom you are.
Well, it's just the one that's there. I can't target lock anybody else. It's the one that got here first, so it's the one that's getting all the locks. Moving on to the B-Wing. The B-Wing is doing a 4 forward, which is stressful, which means that I'm going to use advanced sensors to perform an action before doing that, which is probably going to be focus. I think that's what I want. I could target lock, but we'll do that later. I don't know. Yeah, so target focus and then 4 forward, which takes me right up alongside the U-Wing. Hello again.
Hello again.
And that gives him a stress because it's a red maneuver. So that's B-Wing done. then it's the Z95, which is doing a 4 forward, so that's the running theme for today. This round of combat was brought to you by number 4.
Initiative 4, people doing 4 speed. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that one was doing a 1. He ruined the pattern. Everyone's annoyed with him there. But he's like, but I would have hit an asteroid.
Instead he hit the U-Wing's wing.
Yeah, and then the Z is probably going to focus. There we go. Lots of focusing and locking and all that stuff.
So I'm doing a 3 bank.
Basically what I was going to do, and then I messed up my positioning with the turret.
Here's the thing, I think I've messed up my positioning a little bit as well.
The good thing for you about Han Solo is that it activates when you engage, and you're one of the first ships to engage. So even if you don't use it to fire, you'll get to use it to defend.
Yeah.
So he's using his action to rotate his turret to the left.
And then 3 forwards.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett? Of all the Fetts.
What's his action?
His action, I think, is going to be a boost.
Ah.
Yep, he's going to boost.
For those who are keeping score at home, I don't know what I was going to say there. The boost action is performing a 1 forward or 1 back maneuver on top of whatever you did. So hi there, Boba. How are you?
I'm Boba Fett.
Does Boba have range 1 abilities?
Oh, yes.
What are his things?
When you defend a perform an attack, you may roll one of your dice, re-roll one of your dice for each enemy chip's range of 1 to 0.
Oh, that's like you re-roll all your dice.
Yes, that's the reason I did that. I wish I took Han Solo, but no.
I shouldn't have stayed in such a tight formation.
Hi. Okay, that brings us to the shooting phase.
Well, it's Boba or the Y-Wing to start.
Y-Wing's going to easily just check range. Out of range, I believe. Woo.
Ooh.
That is, I think that's range. That is just range.
Damn it.
Literally just touching you. Okay. 3 dice. When you're not performing a non-frontal normal attack, 4 dice. Before engage, you may perform a red, which I will do. So I'm choosing to gain a stress token from a Han Solo to gain a focus. And then...
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that's great. So I get 4 attack dice. I'm glad they're ready for me.
Oh dear. And I have 2 defense dice, I believe.
Okay. Why? I hate dice!
Oh yeah, I forgot about dice hating you.
Yeah, dice hate me. It's a known fact. Okay. So that's 1 hit.
Okay, I still have to dodge it or I will take damage. Which I do.
2 evades. Yeah, you dodge. Great. I hate dice. I actually... My plan was to ionize you and you just be like blah blah blah, and I'd be like, excellent, I can just move everything around you and murder you. But fine, we'll do that instead. Boba Fett. Okay. How many enemies are within 0 to 1?
I'm pretty sure it's 3.
3. Yes, it is. How much shield is on these? You've got 4 shield. You've got 2. You've got
3.
3.
The U-Wing.
And how much is the defense dice for each of them? You're 2.
It's
but elusive
2,
when you
2
spend.
and 1 on the B-Wing.
To reroll 1 defense die.
Yeah, he's stressed, so he's got rerolls up the wazoo.
Okay. And you've only got 1 on the B-Wing, right?
Yes.
And the B-Wing has 3 attack die. I guess. How many points is the U-Wing worth?
More than the rest, I think. I don't know how many exactly.
I'm shooting the U-Wing then.
Okay.
Here we go. So, range 1.
Yep.
So that's an extra dice. So that's 4 dice. I may reroll 3 dice. So...
And I'll be rolling 2 for defense. I don't think I get anything neat.
I'm going to re-roll these because I don't have a focus, so I might as well re-roll them.
Okay.
So it's 1 hit. That will be 2 hits and a crit.
Okay, so something's hitting me. I roll 2 evades. Best U-wing ever.
This is why I hate dice.
I lose 1 shield on the U-wing.
You'll go.
Okay.
B-wing, Z, and Y-wing.
Right. Question is, do I go for Boba? Answer is probably because the U-wing can actually, the Y-wing can actually shoot Boba, I think. I still don't think it's got range for the ion cannon. Are your rerolls for defense as well? Damn it. That's really annoying.
Boba Fett.
How many defense dice do you have?
3.
2?
Oh, 2?
Yes,
2. 2 on Boba Fett.
You're not an interceptor.
I wish I was. Boba Fett and Interceptor.
Okay. We just start with... I'll probably go with like Blount.
Load?
No, we'll start with the Y-wing.
Okay. Who are you shooting at?
Oh, but I do have the target lock. I can check range. I'm going to check range.
You're allowed to check range?
On Fallout, I think so. To the book.
I thought he was been telling me repeatedly you're not allowed to check things.
Well, stuff changed in second, I think. Yeah, it used to be you couldn't check ranges, but now you can. Measure range to any number of enemy ships, determine which ships are in the firing arc, choose one to become the defender.
I'm out of range.
Right, so you're at 3. Damn it. Okay, yeah, then I'm going to shoot Boba.
Okay.
With the ion cannon.
So 3 dice.
Yep.
Versus my 2 defense.
And I've got nothing special on this guy. Which doesn't matter because luck is on my side. This is how I will win. The only way I will win.
And I am going to get ionized if I don't roll a evade. So I'm ionized.
2 blanks. But you get rerolls.
This is... Okay, that's true.
Remember your own abilities. You deliver...
Double blanks. I told you. Dice hate me. Dice physically hate me. They loathe me
it's like
and find me terrible.
3 of the 8 sides...
4 dice. 4 dice.
It should have been 1 or 2 blanks out of all those.
So I take 1 damage, so my shield flips. And then I get 2 ionized tokens, which is enough to ionize me.
Yes.
So I'm now ionized.
Okay. Next ship. Z95.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Normal is 2 dice, but because there's a friendly ship in range of the enemy, it's an extra die. And because it's range 1, there's an extra die.
Yeah.
This is the most dice. To be fair, you did fly at my
yeah, and then rolled terribly, and then rolled terribly in defense.
You're like, hey, let's get up in range 1, and now you're getting range 1 shots. So this is the most Z has ever fired. I'm gonna spend my focus.
Rerolling. 1 evade. I take 3. That's my shield gone.
One of them's a crit.
No, it's my shield.
Oh, you've still got... Okay.
Yeah. That's all my shield gone, though.
Fair. Focus spent. Now it's the B-Wing. The B-Wing has a lock on Forlorn, but we're on a roll right now. Oh no, it's not the B-Wing with the lock, it's the U-Wing. Never mind. Okay, yeah, so the B-Wing is going to shoot Boba in the face. Base attack is 3. +1 for range 1. And then I have a focus, and my stress means I can reroll 2. So I'm going to use my stress and based ability to reroll this one. Still a blank, and then I'm going to spend my focus.
So 3 hits.
Yeah.
1. Reroll. Nothing. So I take 2 face down damage cards.
Okay.
And Boba is below half health already.
And ionized.
And ionized.
Then it's the U-Wing.
That's U-Wing.
The U-Wing can't shoot Boba, unfortunately, so it's going to go for Forlorn.
Okay. Range 2.
Yes, so it's 3 dice for the U-Wing. Yeah, I can use my lock to reroll 1 if I don't want to spend it to reroll a bunch. That's the only thing about the E-Wing. Okay. That's 2 focuses and a blank. I'm gonna spend my focus token.
Yeah, that's a thing you can do.
Focus is a good thing to have on your ships all the time. You lose 3 shields. He has shields, so the crit doesn't actually have a crit effect, it just does shield damage.
Okay.
Now Forlom fires back.
Forlom's gonna fire back. So it's 3 dice. Against the Y-Wing.
The Y-Wing?
Sorry, the U-Wing.
Okay. I have 2 agility.
1 hit. I'm gonna spend my target lock. It's 1 hit.
I dodge. They're not usually this cruel.
They're normally bad. Maybe not this bad.
You did fly into the middle of the fight and put no
Which
tokens
is what I
on
meant
Boba.
to do.
But you boosted in, so you didn't have any defense tokens for Boba.
I don't need them on Boba. Normally, you just rolled really well.
Well, you flew at my whole fleet, so my whole fleet shot you.
That's fine. I was accepting that with 4 shield and 6 health.
And that's the end of the combat phase.
Okay.
End phase, this gets cleared.
I'm tempted just to concede, but we'll play on. I think what we'll do is we'll put a cut in here and we'll go to the next episode. So thank you for watching. If you like, subscribe. You know the jazz. Also, if you want to see more tabletop games, do let me know down below. It's really useful to get that feedback, and I might find it worthwhile to get a better camera that isn't blurry. And also go check out Benson's channel because you've got the introductory game we did.
Yeah, it's probably up by now, maybe not.
Probably not. But I also have terrible luck in that one. Not as bad, admittedly. That was a cock-up I did. But this... we'll be back with the next episode. Bye, so shiny.